seconds left. Will Pearson. He got it. Touchdown. I don't believe it. He just threw the ball over the scoreboard. I don't believe it.
All right. Welcome to another edition of the Ultimate Hail Mary. I'm the original number 88. He's going to take the journey with me to immortality as the original number 88 gets prepared to go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and it's getting closer and closer as time dwindles down. You're talking about just over 2 months, less than 2 months to wait for that opportunity on August 8th, 2021. And so I'm looking forward to that. But we got a great show lined up for you today, and of course, the man that helps me bring it all to you, none other than my co-host, Paul Southern. Paul, how you doing today?
I'm doing so good. I'm so happy to be down here. It's going to be a whole lot of fun today. We get to throw some balls around, and how often we get to do that?
Yeah, we're at Fair Park, and we're here for the Nerf Challenge. It started today, June 15th. It goes to August 23rd, and at Fair Park Centennial Hall. And they got this place really laid out. I mean, whatever you thought it might be, when you get here, bam, you'll be surprised because it'll be totally different than what you thought it might be. Pretty cool how they got everything laid out. But the reason we're here is because the guy that's promoting this and behind it 100% is Tony Romo.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Tony on the show today. We're going to interview Tony and find out why he got involved with this Nerf Challenge, how it's going for him. Talk about his retirement now, and been out a couple years, and how things are working for him doing the analyst.
Yeah, he's doing great at that.
Oh, he's doing awesome, man. And you know, it just shows you the level of knowledge they have of the game. We see the guys play the game, but we don't really understand or see the level of knowledge that they have going into these games. So when Tony sees certain defenses sitting in that booth, bam, he knows what plays might be called. And a lot of that is just natural stuff that he gained over the years from playing pro football, 14 years. But also a lot of it is his preparation going into each and every game. And then a lot of it is just natural. So we're glad to have Tony with us. He'll be with us in a little bit. And so again, we're at the Centennial Hall. And this thing goes on from now until August 23rd.
Wow.
And Paul, this is pretty cool. They got all kinds of stations laid out for different challenges. And this takes Nerf to a whole nother level.
It sure does. And the interesting thing is if you have kids, or if you're just a big kid yourself, you can go just, you can run wild. The guns that they have here, we didn't have these kind of Nerf guns when we were kids. It's pretty amazing. Oh, look at this.
Look at this gun.
Look what appeared. Oh, my goodness.
Look at that, man.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Try to get through the airport with that.
I know. Can you go to Miami tomorrow with this?
Yeah, I don't think so. But look at the rounds of ammunition in there, man. So that's got to be a rapid fire type deal.
Yeah. And, they got on safety
They got on a safety pin.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well.
See, even maybe they can even show us how to shoot it, you know?
Now. There you go.
Look at that.
There you go. Shoot one in the air. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's serious, man.
That is. You got to try it.
Wow. I mean, somebody break in my house, I want one of these, man. I know from the dead.
Oh! Shoot the producer.
How do you do it?
You got to cock it right there.
How far can it go?
Oh!
Heads up, Malcolm.
Oh! Security. Oh, that's fun.
That's pretty cool. That's just one of the things they have here. Of course, the Nerf footballs they're throwing into targets where you can collect points, and they tally everything. Each station that you go through, they tally the points, and at the end of it all, then that's when they find out who's the winner and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's a challenge, and that means it's a competition.
Yeah.
And you can have fun and be competitive at the same time.
Yeah, you'll be surprised to know I hit the 50-point thing from here.
All right, right on.
It's a fluke, but I did it.
Right on. So anyway, we'll be back with more of the Ultimate Hail Mary, and when we come back, we'll be with the great Tony Romo right after this on the Ultimate Hail Mary, produced by executive producer Malcolm Snell and Kim Francis. Oh, woo, woo.
Oh!
Don't have me dropping nothing on camera. Oh my God! It ruined my whole image. Also,
He doesn't drop anything.
we want to thank our creative producer, Baz, and then Static on camera.
Yeah.
And it's the whole team. And all, Paul, you know I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with more of the Ultimate Hail Mary and Tony Romo right after this.
Once in a lifetime, the Victor Clark Collection.
All right. Welcome back to the Ultimate Hail Mary. I told you we had a special guest, and he's right here with us, none other than the great Tony Romo, number 9 for the Dallas Cowboys. Tony, good to see you. Thanks for taking the time. You know Paul Salkin, my entertainment guru. So we're here at Fair Park, and we got this big thing going on, the Nerf Challenge. How cool is that? Tell us how you got involved in that and what that all entails.
Well, I feel like it's a Nerf challenge at my house every night. You know,
I bet.
3 boys, 9, 7, and 3, and it's not WrestleMania, it's Nerf challenge basically. And I'm like, Nerf challenge is a little softer sometimes. So,
yeah.
But they love it, and I was just shocked. I mean, it almost comes in like a carnival here. You know, where it's 2 months, they're here, but when you walk in, it's a wow factor now. I mean, they're in heaven. It's
when we
special.
walked in, Tony, that's what we did. Wow, we didn't expect all this. You know, I said, what can they do with Nerf?
I know.
Footballs, you know, or Nerf Challenge, and now you come here and you see all this. Now you know what they can do.
I'm like, they're only here for 2 months. I'm like, how many times are my kids going to want to come? It's going to be like 30.
We're just happy it wasn't outside.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's air conditioned in here. I mean, you're exactly right.
So how did you get involved? How did they get Tony Romo to be the spokesperson for Nerf Challenge?
Well, really just through playing and all the time asking. You know, you're like, hey, can we get some Nerf stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then kind of from there, it takes off. And then they're like, we're coming to your town. We're bringing this whole thing. And it's like, what? And then it's like, yeah, my kids kind of want me to go do this, right? And then I'm like, yeah, I play with them all the time. And then, but I'm telling you, when you get in here, 90,000 square feet of Nerf stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess the kids had quite an influence on you to make
That's
that
why
decision.
I'm here. That's true. But you know what's funny is like all the swag they put into it and everything. There's so much more than you even realize. It's cool.
Right on, right on. Well, Tony, let's get to some football questions. You know, you and I have a connection because we both came into the NFL as undrafted free agents. And we kind of had to take the long way around to get to where we are. When that didn't happen, when you didn't get drafted, I know I was disappointed, crying and all that. What did you go through when you heard you weren't going to get drafted? And maybe that meant you didn't have a chance to realize your dream of playing pro football.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, at that time, it's funny because you have people all come over to the house. You know, so it's like your whole family, extended family, your aunts and uncles, and you're sitting here watching. And I kind of didn't think I'd go in the first, second, or third round. I mean, I was hoping for the third. Yeah. And you're always thinking it's a little higher than it really is.
Right, right.
Then the fourth round comes, and then you're getting a little nervous. And then the fifth round comes, and the dip is stale, and it's like everyone's like, should we leave? Yeah. Sixth round, and then finally you're pacing by yourself in the backyard, and you know, it's a disappointing day, but very quickly, you know, right afterward, they all start calling you and want you to be a free agent, and you sit there and you feel loved again, and then you go to bed that night and you're like, wait, they didn't really love me.
I know, they did not at all.
They all wanted me so bad, just, you know, after the draft.
And they always tell you that.
Yeah,
we can't believe you didn't get drafted.
Wow. And
well, you know, I didn't get drafted, and I had, right away, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, and Dallas called. Who called you right away?
We had Denver, Arizona. I mean, there was probably like 15 teams. Wow. But there's probably 3 or 4 that I'd already kind of shrunk, to pretty quickly. And Bill Parcells calls, and Mike Shanahan. I mean, it's pretty. You're like, oh my gosh, you're talking to these people, Jerry Jones.
Big stuff.
It was a big deal at that time.
Yeah, I bet it's a tough decision for you, but you made the right decision.
Yeah.
By signing with the Dallas Cowboys, like I did.
It worked out okay.
It worked out pretty good. But now you come to the Dallas Cowboys, and you're not playing right away, and you were a star in college, man. A college All-American.
Illinois. If there is a star, I'm not sure you can actually be one. I can play football.
You had to suck it up a little and pay your dues to get to that starting opportunity. But when the door opened for that opportunity, bam, you were ready. You took advantage of it.
Yeah, not unlike you. I mean, it's crazy when I look back because time has flown, as you know, like from when we started playing. But I mean, I sat for 3.5 years almost, and you're practicing, and it's a gift in some ways in that I got to really fail on a daily basis. In other words, I got to really trial and error in practice. Yeah. And I would throw at night into the net, I'd throw into the couch, I'd do all these things. Now I'm going to try this tomorrow, and then I'd overshoot a guy by 5 yards, right? Yeah. But you're not allowed to really do that because you can't lose the game for your team, on Sundays. But when you're the back of a third, it's like, no, I can continue to try and really progress this thing quickly through, studying it, trial and error, and then eventually you move up a little bit, you improve by 1%, 2%, 3%, you're even, then boom, 30% better. You're never that guy again, and then you're just hoping that you're good enough, and you really don't know until you play them.
Right.
You think you're good enough, but you really don't know, and you got to prove it to yourself every bit as much as other people. And when I got the opportunity, I was happy that I was able to perform.
So what did Bill Parcells say to you when your opportunity came? Because you're replacing one of his guys, Drew Bledsoe. That must not have been an easy decision for him, but a decision that he needed to make and had to make.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there's so many little talks, I guess you could say, but I remember 2 things really. One, it was before he put me in, but he goes, you ready to go if you had to go this year, kind of thing, in that 3rd, 4th year. And I'm like, I'm ready. He goes, yeah. Everyone says they're ready. Yeah. But when you go ahead and you throw 2 interceptions, you lose, and everyone's saying it's your fault and everything. Yeah. You really want to be in there? You want to be that guy? Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, that means I'm that guy. If I'm really talking about it, I'm like, I'd love to have the ball in your hand and everything. The second one was the game where he put me in to start the second half. That morning, we were leaving the hotel. We sleep in hotels the night before, and we get up and we're walking. We do a little walkthrough. We walk out, and Bill sits right by the door, watching everyone leave. To be like, let's go, have a date, blah blah blah, whatever. He's looking at you, seeing if you're ready. Like, kind of just wants to be there and see you. And he's sitting there, and I'm walking out. And every time he'd ever been there, and I walked out before, he goes, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." So I walk out. That day he goes, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." He goes, "I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
You better be ready." And I'm like, "Yes, sir."
And it's
And
like
I walk out
this,
and I'm
right?
like,
It's like
"Yeah,
this,
oh,
right?
no, I'm right here with it." And then right there, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this might be the day that I'm
Yeah.
actually." And you know, your whole life is built for
Right.
that moment. And it was just, I was a chicken with his head cut off when I got out there. I mean,
And this wasn't just any coach, okay? This is a Super Bowl winning coach,
He's
Bill
smart.
Parcells,
Yeah.
telling you or asking you, "Are you ready to go?"
Yeah.
And you had to tell him the truth,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh,
You
yeah.
couldn't be messing around, right?
no, he would, you know, the one thing I loved about him, he was competitive now. And
Yeah.
he really loved players who just, it mattered to. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't about money. It wasn't about, they just wanted to compete and win and play. And I really think those are Parcells guys.
Yeah.
They're competitive guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I love Bill. He was tough, but he was also like funny tough. In other words, like, "Oh, you think you're ready, huh?
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
a ball in high grass, Romo."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What's that?" "Lost."
Well, it's nice when you step out there and you prove to him, "I am ready, and it's about time you put me in here." Right? Right? What do you got, Paul?
Well, of course, we're on the Ultimate Hail Mary. We always ask people that Hail Mary moment. A moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it, and it worked out for you. And it sounds like, I don't know, one of those things, but maybe something else.
No, I mean, you're dead right. I mean, fortune favors the brave sometimes. And, you know, I can remember going into, when he put me in at halftime against the Giants, that was just like, it was going a million miles an hour, right? The next week, though, he chooses me, and there was discussion whether it was Mir Bledsoe for the game against Carolina for my first start, and they chose me. But I also know I'm not a first-round pick. I'm not a top 5 guy in the draft or something. So it's like, how many opportunities do you really get to start, right? Maybe 1, maybe 2. Mm-hmm. And so this is really my opportunity. And you know right then, this thing can go away or it can take off. And it's like, there's very few times in your life where it's like, no, you know, this is your opportunity right now. Perform or don't. It's like, wow, you really got this one chance kind of. And I remember just thinking, going into that game, I'm like, just praying to the Lord. And I was like, you know, if I'm good enough, and you know, I've worked really hard, I couldn't have done anything more to be more prepared and to be as good as I could be at that time. And I was like, just let it go out there, trust yourself, and it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I wasn't going to play timid, and we went out there and won that game, and I think I kind of cemented it.
Well, that was your moment. You certainly took advantage of it and turned it into a 14-year career in the NFL. And, you know, you had to retire because you got beat up a little from injuries.
Just a little.
Yeah, a little. And I felt all that, man, when you were taking hits out there. But here's the deal. You're in retirement now. How you feeling? Do those things bother you now? Because you got 3 boys. You want to play with them. Are you able to do that now?
You know, in some ways you look at it and I was like, because I would have just played until I could win a Super Bowl, really. It was like, I feel terrible I wasn't able to bring that. You know, you give everything you got. And, you know, that's obviously something that I'm disappointed I wasn't able to accomplish.
That's the biggest disappointment in your career?
Absolutely. No question. And because I wanted that for not just myself, but after you're there for a long time, it's for so many other people too. Mm-hmm. And I think that I was, you know, I wanted to help, you know, that, you know, us achieve that. And, you know, so many people, you know, fans included, you know, people you meet and everything, but the people you're with every day there, it's just, it's
you see how hard they work and and what they put into it.
You just want it.
Yeah.
And people see the players sometimes, but so many other people behind the scenes. You know, training staff, weight room staff, front office. I mean, all these people are rooting with you every day, day out, and they feel it and right with you. And you know, that's disappointing. But you know, you give everything you got, and you got to leave it on the field.
Now you got massively successful as a broadcaster, and that's so cool.
Things worked out pretty good in retirement.
Pretty good.
Now this broadcasting career, okay, is this something, before we let you go, is this something that you were planning for, and you just made the transition seem so effortlessly, and now you're the star broadcaster, everybody's the criteria for everybody to follow with your predictions and all this kind of stuff.
That's just luck.
That's just luck. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I tell you, we're lucky to have you here with us on the Ultimate Hail Mary. We want to thank you for taking the time to be with us. Tony Romo, y'all. Number 9 for the Dallas Cowboys right here on the Ultimate Hail Mary. We'll be right back with more of the Ultimate Hail Mary right after this.
Pressure make diamonds, yeah. When you don't see me, I'm grinding, yeah. But when you see me, I'm shining, yeah. It's all about perfect timing, yeah. I've been
on. So many ups and too many downs. So many people judge the book off its cover. So many cuz, got too many scars so deep in my body. I swear to God, they all got a story. Trying to cover them up with tattoos. Somehow they still showing. Through the pain, I just kept going. Never follow the trend. I stay in my own lane. Keep it stylish, I could dress myself. I could lead drip everywhere I step. Shit, I was a diamond in the rough. Then I cleaned up, now it's just in the dust. But I put some diamond chains on top of that just to cover it up. I know how to shine, I've been on my grind. I know how I feel to have nothing. Shit, I took my time, I made up my mind. I prayed to God and he blessed me. You know, sleep, I was destined. My mama saying, get some rest, baby. You know my mind on a check, baby. Hopping out of these foreign cars and the moon, walking in some red bottles. Balenciaga.
There, and I'm going to get over here.
This is like nerve-wracking.
You hit me right at that 50.
This is Drew Pearson action out here.
This is it.
This is like.
So I'm going to be lined up here. You might want to get this out of here. Kim. All right.
Can I get a real football so I know I'm really good? What do we got?
It's probably easier to catch than that too. But here's our what we'll call the 16 route. This was Roger and I's favorite route.
Deep
you
hook?
go down 15, you come into the middle of the defense, you catch that baby over the middle.
Would you run flat down the line?
That depends on the coverage.
Yeah, so I was about to ask you. You would adjust it with it. Yeah.
But back in the day, we used to get a lot of zones, so you run in there and you sit down in that hole.
Yeah.
Get ready. So Tony, this will be a zone coverage. I'm in love again. All right? No, you throw it at that 50-point mark. And I'll dive through it.
What?
First down, Dallas! First down, Dallas! Romo to Pearson! Hut! All right. Good stuff,
That
man.
one made it easy for me.
Right on. Good stuff. Hey, that was pressure. Don't drop it on these cameras. Thanks, Tony. Love you, man.
One more.
Yeah. You got it. Come on in, Malcolm.
There you go. Get your crew. Team Pearson.